Weirdly artistic. Damn, that's weird. We're back with Nick, Jay, and Jose.
It's weirdly artistic. We're talking art.
We're talking weird and everything under the sun. Weirdly artistic. Damn, that's weird. Weirdly artistic.
Welcome back, everybody, to Weirdly Artistic. This is episode 7. I'm Jose.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Jordan.
How's everyone doing today?
I'm good. I'm kind of dying over this video I'm working on, but
It's been a stressful week.
yeah. Nathan, if you hear this, you're a drama queen.
I feel like our week's been pretty slammed too. I'm like playing catch up all week.
Yeah, it's,
I feel like that's what this week kind of was. Like, I thought we were caught up. But
it was supposed to be our day, like our 10 days
Our
of
Sabbath.
Yeah, it was supposed to be
Our Sabbath. Our Sabbath week.
Yeah, it was supposed to be 10 days of Sabbath, and it hasn't been at all.
It's been one day. I thought he left Sunday, but he left Monday.
I didn't hear from him for only one day.
Yeah.
That's the longest I haven't talked to Nathan in years. Years.
Since what, 2020?
20, yeah.
Damn.
That's a long time.
That's 3 years, dude.
Yeah, we're pretty much married now.
Legally by the state.
Yeah.
Yeah. Domestic partnership at this
Yeah,
point.
we've been together for 3 years, so
Oh, that's cool.
I think that's how it works.
Yeah, I do have a little surprise. You know,
Uh-oh.
we're a podcast about mental health and brain stuff. So let me pull it out of my bag. Close your eyes.
What does he have for us?
I excited.
Dad brought us something from his trip.
Nick, take your hat off. Close your eyes.
Take my hat off.
Oh no, wait, we have headphones. It'll still work.
All right, you guys
Should've
are gonna
did to
see
Jose.
gonna see the middle school.
This is
hair
what
here.
every creative does every morning when they wake up.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, Jose, you can open your eyes.
That
You gotta
is-
put that on your
Oh,
head.
the head massager?
These things are
That
weird
is
as that.
nice.
Yeah,
This is how you get your day started as a creative. This is what we do.
Yo,
You gotta massage the brain a little bit.
We don't have lice. We have clean hair.
I have used these extensively when I used to rave.
Dude, they make you like
When you go
my
on
whole body
journeys.
just
Oh,
goes
yeah.
like a I don't know, like a cat or something.
Yeah.
just
Just purr.
Start kicking
Get
your
that-
foot like a dog.
get your brain health going every morning.
Oh, dude. I love these things.
You gotta
actually.
mix the fluids up in there, you know.
Literally, this sits by my door, like on the way out by the keys.
You just
Just de-stress
Just a
right when I get home and just
a quick.
forget the videos.
Turn
No,
the
those
brain
are
off.
nice, dude. I love
Oh yeah,
those.
yeah. Well, I'll throw this out here. That was a surprise.
So, what are we talking about today?
Yeah.
Lighting.
In,
Everything.
I think lighting
Well,
affects everything. art.
Photography, film,
Drawing, murals,
murals,
Murals. Yeah.
mood, all of it.
all of it. I mean, because you can. I was kind of remembering in high school the projects that like we would do, and it's like just regular whatever daylight lighting, and I mean it looks amateur.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's the next level of being a drawer or a painter, a videographer, a photographer is
Yep.
adding the light to give mood and portray the mood that you want to give, the vibe, the feeling that your art piece is supposed to give off.
Like pre and post.
Exactly.
Yeah. Pre and post for sure.
And I mean, as a director, I think it's your job to also portray that to your crew as you're filming or whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
Your gaffers, your light, all those guys. Like,
I mean,
Bringing
one thing
everyone
that I
into the
kind of
mood.
looked
yeah.
like never really realized that people do is having the book. I forgot what they call it, but it's like a little book, like for when you're writing a movie, instead of like the script, it's like a book that kind of like has more graphic stuff and kind of gives. The
Oh,
mood.
like a mood board essentially.
Mood board.
a mood
Yeah.
book, I think, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Mood
So-
boards are so cool.
They're
I love seeing a good mood
So
board.
good to get back to too. Like if you're feeling lost on something, you literally just revert back to that mood board. Inspiration hits.
And I mean,
like,
that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to kind of like keep you on track of what your project is supposed to portray. And
I gotta
be.
show you this film mood board website, and it has like every single movie's best shots in it and the
Do
coloring.
they do
of
the
it.
color
Yep,
palette too?
exactly.
Oh,
So they
I
give you
love
the color
those.
palette. You get to see this is what this colorist was thinking in these scenes, and that really helps you back here. Like when we do our drama stuff or something where we're creatively editing to like, that's the mood of that one, you know. But it coloring is just a whole nother animal, and lighting as well.
And the lighting affects the exact mood. Like,
Yeah.
and most people I don't think recognize it. It's like a subconscious thing. Like the way that they use
shadows.
colors and like the way that the light, which side of his face did they light? You
Yep.
know, is this backlit? Are we kind of mysterious with who we're looking at or who we're figuring out? Or Is he front lit? Is he in a warehouse? You know, like how do
Top
you
light to make them look majestic, or
bottom light for
angelic.
Halloween? You know, get the
Yeah.
creepy bottom light. There's a lot.
I would say the craziest thing with lights is that think about just only in the 80s, like what we just started coming out with LED panels probably about then. Or that's
No,
that's
I'd
2000s.
say like 2000s.
Yeah, so
maybe.
back then for people to get colored lights, they were hot gelled.
Gels.
What was the gels,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
But those lights were 1,000 degrees. Like if you were grip, like you had to have gloves. I think it's still to this day. You still
You
have
still
to
have
have
to
gloves,
wear gloves
like,
on
gloves on
set.
set because there's stuff that gets too hot. But like
Most film sets still actually use bulbed lighting because I mean they'll use LEDs like for
Probably
music videos or
cheaper
big.
in the long run of replacing the bulb maybe or
Yeah, just I think that they use them because of power.
Yeah,
One thing,
just
like
more
LEDs
efficiency,
are
right?
catching up. I don't know efficiency on electricity wise, but like the power and they've been doing it for so long with those types of bulbs that it's
It's
like let's
perfect.
just
they already know.
Let's
about
let's
run
go
with
with
it.
it. You know, and LEDs can give you stripping or they can give you, you know, what is that called? The when it flickers?
Oh, banding.
Banding.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you get really bad
Yeah.
banding with certain frame rates and cameras. But that's what comes down to with our style Blackmagic and DaVinci
Yep.
we shoot with. There's one button to take care of that. So I feel like
That's
that's,
why we use
we have a
LEDs.
leg up on other videographers that don't know how to get rid of banding and that kind of stuff. So
Dude, some of the Sonys, it's impossible.
oh yeah, it's
It's impossible.
almost impossible.
I haven't shot Canons on LEDs, but good Sonys. Like when we film for the church, dude.
Oh yeah.
They're pure LEDs. So like
And
you're
dark.
and dark. So you're like you got to mess with your shutter speed in the weirdest ways ever. So you'll be
Get 'em
filming
opened up.
slow mo at like 60 frames, and you'll be at like 1/250 just to get rid of banding.
Really? What?
Yeah,
I haven't run into that yet.
yeah.
We'll have to
you
try
will.
it out.
I'll
soon.
run into
You
it
will.
at some point. Yeah.
At a wedding or an event, you'll run into it. Even on these cameras, you'll see it, but they'll get rid of it in post, which is nice. Oh, also, we have the different shutter speeds, and that's the main reason for that. Is you'll see a little 3 buttons on the bottom. You can click one of those; it instantly gets rid of it. So, or helps it more, and then you get home, and then it's gone.
Less to take care of, but
Yeah, but
More power in the
Yeah.
post.
but I think the most interesting thing is the use of colors.
I think color. Yeah.
Like one of my favorite things is in Avengers Endgame. They start in a scene with Captain America. I showed you this.
Yeah.
With Captain America and Iron Man, and everything's teal and orange. And it's like they're on Earth. And then when we go to the Guardians of the Galaxy, they switch to magenta and cyan.
oh,
So all the lighting is like exact opposite. One, I think it's because of Gamora's skin. She's green. So like they
Oh,
kind
I
of
mean, that
play
would
up
make
on
sense.
that. But I think it's to like separate the two worlds like very
This is
harshly.
Otherworldly.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like all their colors are very purple and green and all that stuff, so it matches really well. But that one is like the most standout to me. That was like very.
I have
on
another
point.
standout lighting one for you that you'll know really well: Obi-Wan
Oh.
and Darth Vader.
The finale?
The finale
Yeah.
fight. You want to? You explain. You know that one too. I know.
So
about the theory of why stuff changed around and
Yeah, and so they used his lightsabers for Anakin's conversation with Obi-Wan. So after Obi-Wan had sliced his mask off, there's a scene where they're standing there talking, and he's like, "I'm all that's left," so like, you know, his little sad voice.
You mean Luke?
No, Anakin.
or-
You haven't
and
seen
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan yet,
I haven't.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
so you got to watch
That's-
that. So the
That's
finale,
probably the next binge.
dude,
Yeah.
it is
It's-
good.
it's up there with Mando. Like,
Is it? Okay.
yeah,
It just you get Hayden back, and that's nice.
yeah, yeah. Little,
he's the
And I'm
exact
Hayden
same.
Christensen.
yeah. I'm Hayden.
I'm mad.
But they use his saber for showing who he is in the middle of the conversation. So like,
He
There's
came
a-
back for 2 seconds. in a
yeah, for
sense.
like 2 seconds you see, and so when you're talking, Obi-Wan's glowing blue, Darth Vader's glowing red, anger, calm. You know, those are the two colors. But they have this brief moment where he's like, Obi-Wan apologizes, and he's like, Anakin, I'm so sorry, I failed you. Like, you know, you were my brother, blah blah blah. And you get this brief moment where the red light goes down, like Darth Vader's lowering his lightsaber, and the blue comes up,
then
and it's
Anakin
all his face is blue, and then you know we're hearing from Anakin, not Darth
for
Vader.
2 seconds.
Where
And
it's
he-
like it's that switch.
That very brief
Okay.
second where he's like, "You didn't fail me, I did,"
Then red again. Then
and then it goes
started
back to
touched.
red, and he's like, "I'm all that's left."
Dude, I just got I got shivers, dude.
Yeah,
Just wait till you
I need
watch
to
it,
watch
dude.
it.
Oh, dude.
It's so good.
it will blow you
Yeah.
away.
You get to see young Princess Leia too.
Like
It was
kid,
really-
kid.
kid
Oh.
Leia.
When
It was really
Obi-Wan's
cool.
protecting her.
Yeah.
on Alderaan.
It's their
Yeah,
first. It's
exactly.
their first meeting,
Yeah.
actually. Like their first encounter.
like okay,
Super good.
That's dope. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
You'll
a
like
great
it.
example.
Yeah.
That is a
I have
awesome.
so
Probably
much Star
one of the
Wars to
best.
catch up on.
You're
That's a
going
really good
fast, man.
example.
Dude, I binged Mando season 1 to season 3 in like 2 days.
Good.
That's
It's worth
insane.
it, though.
Yes, that's so worth it.
I was locked in here on last Friday. I think I told you
Yeah,
about this.
yeah.
I forgot my house keys. I locked I locked my
yeah,
house,
yeah.
forgot my keys inside, and then came here. You got here before me that day, so it
Thank
was
goodness.
like
Lucked out.
I didn't even think
Yeah.
to,
Notice it,
I didn't
yep.
notice my keys were gone, and then he left, and then like come 2 in the afternoon, I'm like I better go get lunch. I try to lock up, and my keys are gone, and then I just started binge watching Bando,
Awesome.
and then season finale last night. That was great.
Dude. Yeah, we watched it without our
I already
wives. so
want
that
more.
was-
I already want
Yeah.
more.
I think there's going to be a season 4 for sure.
I think they have to.
I mean, they left it pretty open ended.
Yeah.
like you know,
Mando's chilling at his new place, dude. He's got
Oh,
a.
spoilers.
And he said
This is
he's
coming
gonna-
out in like 3-4 weeks. That's on you if you haven't seen it.
But we did see that Lando will be coming out 2024,
Oh, yeah.
which we're excited
Yeah.
for.
Please be childish, Gambino.
It's
What's
probably
Another
has to
good
be.
lighting movie. Was Blade Runner, Obvi,
Blade
up on the wall.
Runner.
We got her
Duh.
up there, and then
I know,
the new
like-
Batman too.
Oh.
I like how
I
gritty it
love
is, yeah.
Yeah.
the green, the blues. Then they just throw hot orange in there, like
For no
dude,
reason.
It's like yeah,
Or
It's
his like
beautiful.
flare
Vegas.
scene
Yes.
in the like really dark blue room. That was cool.
beautiful, beautiful.
I
movie.
like the lighting they do with Jared Leto and Harrison Ford. Is that what you're talking about? When
Oh,
they're, like,
in
born-
the- yeah,
when they're
yeah.
like talking like when he first gets captured.
In Blade Runner.
Oh,
When he's
yeah.
talking to Jared Leto about when he's the creator, essentially.
Yeah.
He's the one that makes the.
They're clones.
Yeah, I
essentially.
can't. What are they
We
called?
should try a little futuristic orange Blade Runner scene or something.
We
It's so
absolutely should.
easy to do. Like I did a little music
I
video.
feel like
with
a lot
it,
of it's
and
post.
It was like all you just put an orange adjustment, soft light it down on, and
Yeah.
then it just applies to the whole thing.
I mean, that'd be cool.
crazy.
That video was
but-
dope too.
I wish
I
it
know,
would have
like, Book
released.
of Eli did a really good job with.
Oh,
They did the
man.
like kind of post-apocalyptic,
Yeah.
like very
I
green
felt like
and
it was
magenta.
super raw as well. Like
Yeah.
it didn't. I mean, there's always lighting on set. There will always be, but that movie looked like a lot of natural, and then
Yeah.
in post they did a lot more work. But like the
They definitely
green
greened it
and-
up.
But, I
Oh,
mean,
like that
green,
radioactive.
like everything, and like the color in it was all
Yeah.
like the clothes that they were
The
wearing,
story,
like everything.
and
Dude.
Yeah.
everything about that movie was one of the top movies. Well, it's one of my
So
favorites.
that's a
Yeah.
good,
the
That's a
silhouette
great-
scene.
That's a good lighting and
that,
color.
Okay, the silhouette scene goes down in our books of our own movie to write like a. If we
Yep.
ever do like a Quentin Tarantino film, we write our own movie of all of our favorite shots, and we write our own
and
movie
try to
around it.
recreate and like
Yeah.
try to
Yeah,
add
yeah,
as much
exactly.
shots.
That silhouette scene,
silhouette
dude, is
scene.
so
I mean, the
dope.
Tarantino
We
shot.
did kind
you
of do
guys
that
did,
on the zombie
That's
film.
true.
On the zombie film.
Yeah,
and
we kinda copied that.
Kind of copied that a little.
Well, we
bit.
didn't we couldn't stab someone, so
Yeah, we couldn't really. Well, the zombie got stabbed.
I mean,
Yeah.
it looked.
it looked
It
stabbed.
looked good.
Yeah, I think
but under
that's
the
kinda-
bridge, all that. everything
That was a
clean.
crazy scene.
Yeah.
You know one of the craziest things that I kind of have noticed myself, but read something as well. The Office characters' colors.
Oh, the colors that they wear.
They wear.
So Dwight is always wearing brown and mustard yellow. You know,
Bland,
Yeah.
Bland.
kind of. Nah. Jim's in blue because he's the calm guy. He's normal.
Angela's in
Pam
gray
is
and
always
white
like pink.
and yellow
and yellow.
because she's kind of like the
Too good for everyone.
Yeah,
Wait, who? Angela?
yeah. Angela.
Pam is always pink.
Pink, which is loving,
and purple. And purple.
And
Yeah.
yeah, like pastel.
Which is
purple.
like
When she gets older a little bit, I feel like
yeah, she
more
kind of heads
purple.
more blue when she gets back with Jim and all that stuff. But the
I'm gonna,
craziest
actually,
one
like,
is
pay more attention to that. I never really noticed like the colors out like that they're wearing.
yeah, you can watch. They preface Michael's downfall into Michael Scott Paper Company with his suits.
Oh what?
So like right when he quits his job, he's in a really nice suit.
Oh yeah.
And then the next day he's in a less suit. And then the day that he starts Michael Scott Paper Company, he's in this like ugly ass
The big
brown
shoulder pad.
tweed with shoulder pads. And it's an ugly ass suit.
Yo.
So you can like clearly tell that they were okay, Michael's low. How do we show how low he is with the
that's
color
just-
and the
yeah.
quality of his clothing?
I declare bankruptcy. You know,
like
Michael,
the-
you can't declare bankruptcy. You have to go to the.
I said it really loud.
dude. Do you see that new viral video of Dwight on a plane, or Rainn Wilson's on a plane? The guy next to him is watching The Office, and Dwight looks over, or Rainn Wilson looks at him, and then he looks at the camera. He's like, and it's like a scene of him in there. The guy doesn't know that Rainn Wilson is sitting
Just
by
that
him,
like
dude.
typical like Dwight the.
Yeah, it was, dude. It was so
That's freaking
funny,
awesome.
dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, if that went viral, I like being the guy that like
I
be
would
so
I'd be
upset.
I would be pissed at myself for not recognizing.
You miss that opportunity.
Yeah.
That'd be wild.
If you're watching The Office on a plane, that means you have Peacock available, which means you put the effort in to stream on a plane. So you're a fan.
and you generally got Peacock because of The Office. I think that's what.
That's the only
Yeah,
reason
we
I
could even
got
talk
it.
about plane lighting right now. It's blue at certain points when you got to stay up, or they dim it. They turn it different colors.
It's
depending on your
orange when you
airline.
first get on.
Not when
and
you're
then-
flying Spirit, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Spirit strobe lights.
Spirit is LED banding lights in your head. You got
The
we're
windows
saving
are
some
open,
money.
folks.
Dude,
The
I'm
windows
never
are
flying
open.
Spirit ever again.
I did
You
it when
flew
I was
Spirit?
younger.
I
Horrible.
mean, when I was like
I felt like I was on a bus
a young
for
broke
transportation.
Yeah, I
18
guess.
to like, you know.
They lost all my luggage, like for
I-
2 months.
Oh, that's right. When you were in
Yeah,
Florida.
all my gear was in there. They lost
I-
it for
I-
2 months, and I had to like call.
yeah, your steady cam.
I
all
called and
that
called.
stuff.
I called like for 2 weeks straight. I made sure to find it, and it was somewhere in a warehouse, and they were able to find it. But like, it took 2 weeks, like
That's
probably
insane.
a couple $1,000s worth of
Yeah,
gear.
there's
Young
some
girl,
clothing.
There's some
dumb.
really bad, like,
They're just a bad
They're
airline.
horrible.
dude, yeah.
They shouldn't be allowed to fly people.
Valeris, if you ever go to Mexico, never do Valeris,
my.
which is like the Spirit
Of
equivalent
Mexico.
god.
Oh gosh.
Dude, no, like
Panels are
it was
flying off
cheap.
in the
It was
air.
cheap, so like
Your window rolls
3
down.
years, dude.
There's still the cigarette holders inside of the plane.
No,
Oh,
the yellow on the fucking.
Oh
No,
gosh.
but like I bought my ticket like 3-4 weeks when I was like supposed to
Yeah.
fly out. They took my money. I got like the code that like verified that like it
Your
was
ticket.
reserved. I go in that day and like they didn't have my thing. They didn't have my
Didn't have a
reservation.
flight?
No, so I had to call them and they're like, "Oh well, I don't know what happened, but the system like didn't register your thing." I'm like, "But you took
It
my
says
money."
right here.
And no,
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, I have the code, I have the email,
Yeah.
and here's my bank account with you guys taking the money."
Yeah.
Valero.
Did they just
Yeah,
be like
dude, it was-
sorry and order another
they
ticket?
just
or?
refunded me.
Oh,
but,
well, that's good.
But the flight was like full,
But that sucks. So you couldn't
so I
even
was
get
like,
out.
I had to just buy a new ticket like
Yeah.
6 hours later. I was
That's so
mad.
annoying.
Yeah. Spirit, don't
Freaking
fly
Spirit.
Don't Spirit it.
Valeris
Never
and Spirit, never.
Horizon's pretty bad too.
Horizon.
It's like Alaska's
Honestly,
subsidiary.
Alaska and Delta are probably the best.
Easily.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go
Alaska,
Southwest if I have too many
Southwest
bags.
is not bad.
Yeah.
If you got like
Also, I hate
film
how they
gear,
started
we go
charging.
Southwest.
I stick to
Like
Alaska
for
a lot.
everything, like carry on. You have to like buy like carry on.
Oh, yeah.
The good thing
It's
about
ridiculous.
so there's all these little hacks too about flying. If you get a first class ticket, your carry on and your first luggage is free. Sometimes it equals out as
Bro.
the same amount of pay.
If
So
you
you just
get
kind of
no-
have to look in your tickets, and if you're getting them early enough, it's weird.
Get an Alaska card.
That
you get
too.
a free bag if you buy
Yep.
your ticket with
Oh
it.
really?
Yep.
Yeah. So Helene and I, we just switch off doing a companion fare. So basically,
Same.
you get one a year, and we don't fly that often. Maybe once or twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
See, I've been wanting a new card, so I need to apply
Alaska's-
for that.
Alaska's the shit.
well, you get miles too, dude.
Yeah,
so
and
like,
there's rewards
that's-
every
and
year.
that's why-
Everywhere in
Yeah.
Washington,
I
there's a
need
bunch of
another
places that
card,
you can
'cause
use
You
it
should
with.
have two, right? Is like the
Yeah.
backup. Yeah.
But I need miles too.
Yeah. Well, dude, Helena and I went on our honeymoon. We got first class tickets there and back. It was going to cost us $1,800 a person with our points. Guess how much it was?
200.
$110.
Oh, I was close.
That's huge.
That is
So worth
ginormous.
it.
That's like free.
It only
Yeah.
cost me like 80,000 miles, 90,000 miles.
Not
That's
bad.
not bad. At
Yeah.
all.
It's pretty
Oh,
dope.
I could
Okay.
just use up all expense.
Let's get
next
into
paid.
colors.
Yeah. Colors.
More colors and lights.
Well, I mean, what do the colors portray? Different colors. What do they
Oh,
mean?
in marketing and media? I would say.
Or just movies and all the
mean,
above.
yeah.
I mean, I think in
yellow
general-
in marketing is like it's supposed to get you to like get hungry, right? That's why like McDonald's
is
yellow and red.
whatever. Yellow and red.
I'm
yeah.
loving it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Yeah.
Taco
it
Bell
is.
has yellow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they
it's-
do.
I think it's
Taco
like
Time has red.
red and
red and
yellow.
green.
Yeah. Interesting.
At least in marketing. I mean, in movies, I'm sure.
Burger
Movies,
King,
it's like
red,
straight to
yellow,
the point.
Blue.
Yeah, the yellow's the
BK.
hungry. Interesting.
Jack in the Box, red, maroon, and yellow. Hints.
Mm. Yeah, it's
They're
really
leading
just
us right to it.
Carl's Jr.
Wendy's, red and yellow.
Wendy's.
Yeah.
Carl's Jr.
Uh,
Whoa.
That's
Pizza
interesting.
Hut,
Grocery
Domino's
outlet.
has red.
Grocery
Red and
outlet
yellow,
is
Fred
red and
Meyer?
yellow. Fred Meyer's
Fred
red.
Meyer's
Safeway's
Well,
red.
I think the red just wants you to like get you to spend, and then yellow is like get you hungry.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
QFC's blue and yellow, so it's like, I mean, if you're not from Washington, you're not going to know what QFC is, but
it's Kroger.
yeah, it's Kroger.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's like a million different like stores that all are under Kroger.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. You can't use your Apple Pay at like Kroger.
You can in some.
It's really.
In some, yeah.
I couldn't use
I-
them at
I'm
any
pretty
Fred
sure I've
Meyer's.
used it.
I don't trust Apple Pay.
Really?
I don't know. I've never
I
done
like
it.
it. It's so quick.
I've just heard people say that. I'm like, I don't trust Apple Pay.
Biomedics,
Well, I mean-
biometrics.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, we
Scan
have a
interface.
literal tracker in our pockets.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's fine. You'll be fine.
Who cares?
You'll be fine.
It's insane. No, any other? I'm trying to think of another movie that had amazing lighting sequences. in it,
Anything
but, like-
Roger Deakins,
Yeah.
that man, he nails lighting. Like he's the softest, most buttery cinematographer out there. No question.
You know what I
Wes
think?
Anderson has really like saturated,
Yeah.
like very, very saturated.
Super
color.
accentuated colors.
I feel like it's easier to make a movie more dramatic with like mood lighting with single like stuff than it is to make a scene completely clean.
100%.
You have to full out clean a scene. Like you have to get the windows back. You have to get.
You got to get
everything
rid of all
back.
the
It's like super-
shadows,
it's
like
like-
the
yeah, like
unnatural
all, like, the
shadows.
small
and then
details.
suck in to get real shadows back. You
Yeah.
have to put black on the other side of the face where you want it to come from, and it's
You
just-
almost want the like practical lights
Yep.
just to do the work, but
But you make
90%
them
of the time,
unpractical.
yeah, that
Yeah.
doesn't happen. Like there's
you
no
cover the
way.
windows, put lights on the outside of the windows.
Yeah, and then shine
Then
in to
blast
create
lights.
your. Yeah,
blast
that's
3 lights inside with diffusers and diffusers.
and there's our sun. Now we need to light the inside.
yeah,
Like,
seriously.
so that's an insane.
As
No, we have
we're a lot
AI.
of run and gun videographers and stuff. So like when we're on a set, you know, or not on even a set, an event space, and it's daytime, the sun is usually piercing in the windows, and that's where somebody's getting ready or needing to be filmed. And it's not like we have an extra 15 minutes to set up a
No.
light thing, do all this and do all that. So it's like for post for us, we have to take out outside is a lot of green, and what the sun does is it hits the green and it shoots yellow and green inside on our subject. So if we're shooting a wedding, it's all green outside usually because it's summertime or whatever. If it's blue outside and rainy in Washington, so it's like when we're going around at our run and gun events or somewhere we have to run a gun, we're always seeing those things in our camera, and all our cameras are manual. So it's like we kind of have to know. You can kind of see it when you're walking into a room. Like this room is significantly darker. I should light it. And it'll need to be warmth.
That
because it's
barn we
going-
always film in, dude.
Mhm.
Remember how orange that thing was?
Dude, I don't know why barns are always so orange. I
Like-
feel like they are.
Disgustingly orange. It
And
was.
just like the super, super low light.
I don't know, dude.
It was
They-
the LEDs that in like the same color as of your skin is behind you on the walls. So if you're
people
any
were like
any sort of
blending
tan,
into the wall.
yeah, if you're
Really?
any sort
Yeah.
of tan, it's the same color wall behind you. I
It
think
was
they need to do like white barns inside or black.
Well,
I
the
don't
whole
know,
inside was
gray?
like shiplapped, so it was like
Exactly.
orange wood already,
Orange
and then they
wood.
had
That's what I was
like,
gonna say. Like the wood is always.
There's no
brown or some
separation.
sort
but then
of
they
like-
put orange light on it, and so now it's just this like cloud
of orange.
orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's just you overcompensate. You shoot at like a 3300 Kelvin just to get it back to like normal skin tone, and then
But
you go
you're
back.
just meshing skin tone with the wall behind, and it's
Yeah.
just like not fun. But that's a normal thing that we run into, where it's like, well, you chose your venue, you chose
Yeah.
where you wanted to be filmed at.
We
and
are
all
going
this
to
kind
do
of
our
stuff.
best.
So, I mean,
That's.
That's
Yeah.
all you can do.
I
all you
think
can do.
let's talk a little bit about the run and gun. I think that was a perfect segue. Like, what are some things like when you show up to a venue? Like you set your spot and you're like, okay, I'm going to be here for 4 hours. The sun is blatantly shining into the window right now. How am I planning this? Like, what's my, how do you go about and look for what you're going to do? Like for instance, let's talk about the Creative Collective. That was a great location.
the one, okay,
The
and
one
it
you
was
just
dark,
did, right?
Yeah, it was dark, right? But imagine daytime. Like,
or the one, the
The
Gallo
one you
one
and-
I just did.
The one you
no,
did with
the
Jack.
first one that we all
Oh,
did.
the one that we did all
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
So like,
that
just
one,
imagine daytime. Like you got the sun coming in. What's your thought process on getting?
For me,
that
it's
shot.
just finding the bounce of where the light hits. But then again, we kind of had to have an area where because we had the span of 2 hours of interviews, the sun was lit and setting at the same time. So for me, I really just got them kind of, as long as there was no outside, what is that called again? Pollution of light coming in onto them. So like, if I could see the sun keep creeping in this area, I'm kind of like analyzing to see where the sun is going to set. But for the most part, I mean, I could pull them off that window some more, so that way I'm not getting that pollution coming in, and then blast with our own lights inside for that kind of set. And I think, I mean, just mainly I'm just looking at where's some good shadow, like if it's pure sun and I'm outside at a venue too or somewhere.
Oh gosh.
You literally look for some shade, and if you have no shade, you turn their backs to the sun, and you just literally do that, and it's a lot of post work.
A ton.
Yeah, and then you explain to whoever you're shooting, hey, you chose this time and this is our only time for the day. If you let me, if it's not on the schedule or something, you say, hey, let's get some photos at sunset because those are the beautiful times and photos. But like a lot of people
Golden
don't like to
hour.
be going out after golden hour. They want their photos done like that before the end of the day. And
Yeah.
you're not getting the pretty stuff.
I think I find myself like always standing back to the window, like shooting in.
Oh, yeah.
And just
natural light.
nonstop natural light. Like every time I go and get the other angle, it's like it's just it's shitty silhouetting. Like
Yeah,
it's
if I
not
do
good.
the
It's
other
all
angle,
bled out.
I
and-
grab both. I grab a silhouette for art. And
Yeah,
then
the
I
artsy
grab,
side.
I grab a blown out just in case it looks dope. You know. I
yeah, I mean we have highlight recovery too,
yeah,
which is
highlight
great.
recovery and all that. But everyone else's camera out there is gonna look always like that blown out look. So
But yeah, well, the DaVinci just added all the Sony and
Oh, yeah.
Canon log settings for how
Oh,
we
yeah,
change
yeah,
ours
yeah.
now.
I saw
So,
that.
but they
But
don't have highlight recovery. So
that's what I did with
sucks for you.
Yeah, I did that with the Sony on our last little project.
Yeah, no, and it's okay. I mean, it's just not built for it.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I'm trying to think of another good coloring example or lighting thing that we've done. Oh, our mini set, lighting a mini set.
That was cool.
Because you have to make if you're gonna green somebody into a mini set, you have to have the exact same lighting
Yep.
that your lighting on the mini set had.
Yeah, and that was an interesting challenge because we shot huge, and then our mini set was probably as big as this table.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was 24 inches by like 18 inches.
Put full
Was this
size
for another
people
like
in them.
contest that you guys did?
Yeah,
Remember Alter we showed you, that white room that he was in?
Oh, yeah.
That's a mini set. We built that.
really?
That's
We
in
built
there.
that, dude. We Star Wars that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you guys mentioned that actually.
So we had to there's one main light source that came from the left side, and so we had to light everything from that side. So when we green screen them in there, it looks like they're actually standing in the room.
Oh, okay.
I think we need to learn some After Effects or Blender, get a couple models, put ourselves in there, and do a lightsaber duel on some green screen.
Dude, I would.
I'm
Yeah,
game.
I am so game. What's your
Okay.
lightsaber color? Speaking of colors and lights,
Oh yeah.
red. Oh.
You're
Dude,
red.
I like in high school. You remember, like we all got lightsabers. I got a lightsaber. Like
I have a few lightsabers.
in high school, people started bringing lightsabers to school, and
I had mine in my water bottle holder.
I had Darth Maul's.
Ooh.
'Cause I thought that was like the most
Ooh,
badass.
That's the
I still have it.
double-edged.
Yep, I still have
The
it, but-
OG one or like Clone Wars?
No,
Like the
OG one.
silver handle? Yeah, with the big
Oh,
red
yeah.
buttons. Yeah, that one's dope.
This is hard for me to pick, but I like Qui-Gon so much. He was green, so I'd either do Qui-Gon or I'd do purple, some Mace Windu.
The one
Just
and
to be
only.
the one and only guy.
I'd have to say I'm
I
probably
wonder
yellow
why
or
he
blue.
got purple.
He wanted it.
Oh, he just
Yeah,
wanted.
he
he
just
told
wanted
the.
it.
That's right.
Yeah.
I heard that story, dude.
So
That's
Samuel
funny.
Jackson is kind of the reason that there's so much lore behind kyber crystals.
He kind of started that then.
Yeah, he kind of started the whole like
I want a
your,
purple one.
your color represents your
Like
version
your
of you.
personality or
Yeah.
like your beliefs and views on like the Force.
Yeah. Yeah, so green is like you're stronger with the force.
Yep.
What,
So your
yeah.
blade is green. Blue is you're a swordsman.
Oh, yep.
Yellow is a protector of the force. But you don't really believe in either side
Wasn't yellow? Count Dooku was yellow at first.
at first, and then he bled his
So
kyber
he was
crystal.
protector, and then
Was he yellow? I thought he had the blue.
You
At
gotta
least
see
in
the. Have
the
you seen
Jedi
the,
Tales?
There's a
He
mini.
slight bleeds.
Yeah. Have you seen those?
Which one?
The mini series on Disney Plus. The
With like Ahsoka, Count Dooku.
Yeah.
And Mace
That's
Windu,
so
yeah.
good. gives
They're
so
dope.
much backstory
Dude,
to everyone. I like it.
I was telling him, dude.
Yeah.
Like I have like a newfound respect for Dooku, but like at the same time, it's like
You understand him.
you yeah.
He's caught in a
you're-
bad place.
you're-
He got screwed. He really got
Well, it's
screwed.
like no, like and
Stuck in a rock and a hard point.
I mean, I was
Most of
telling
our-
him, dude.
Yeah.
Jedi Order could have stopped Qui-Gon from dying. They could have done something
Easily.
Oh, yeah.
could've-
If they would have
could've-
listened to him.
And I mean, that was the last straw. Is his apprentice died.
wonder
His
what would have
little buddy.
happened to
His
Qui-Gon.
buddy.
I really want to know.
He became
I
one.
feel
with
like we've
the
talked
Well,
about it, but-
actually, so the Yoda.
It's at the end of Obi-Wan, remember?
No, I know, but I just mean like if he stayed alive. Like,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
He's a ghost.
Somebody Ra's
Yeah.
al Ghul of the
Yeah.
universe.
Oh yeah, the Raj Al Ghul
But,
of
like,
the
there's,
universe.
apparently, for like Jedi, there is a training, and Yoda completed it. Qui-Gon was at the verge of completing it before he died, but like after death, you become a ghost, like a
Full.
Force
yeah,
ghost.
Yeah, a Force ghost.
Well, that's why
And-
Yoda says at the end of episode 3, he's like, I have an old friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess Darth Vader kind of does it too. Then
I think Darth Vader,
he turned
he's
good
raw
at the end?
power. Like, yeah, his last decision
well,
was a good one.
Yeah.
his midi-chlorian count.
Well, he
was
did
off
balance the
charts.
Force.
did, technically.
End of the day,
Yeah.
he is the chosen one.
Well, he is the one that killed Sidious.
Palpatine.
Yeah.
Well,
so.
They kind of erased that story with the new ones.
I know. I
I
wish
hate that.
Honestly,
Ryan
now
Johnson
that I think
suck
about it, they literally just like
erased,
erased
4, 5,
everything.
6.
Yeah, because it was like, well, that didn't really matter. Because did he actually balance the Force if Palpatine
No.
is alive? No, like
So
they,
Rey is the chosen one.
Yeah.
but is she?
But no, or is Kylo the chosen one? Because we
Still
wouldn't
is a
have
Skywalker.
We wouldn't have Padme, or I mean, we wouldn't have Leia without Skywalker, or
Yeah.
all the way up, and then Kylo is the one to save Rey at the end and put an end to it, right?
Because Rey's not a Skywalker.
No,
But
she's
I mean,
not.
I guess the
But
prophecy
she
never
almost she
said
would
that
have
it
she would have
be a
died without
Skywalker,
Kylo in the end.
You can't just claim a last name.
right?
I mean, in the Star Wars universe, like, I mean, she's a Palpatine, so she's got the power for sure to like. She's up there with the
Yeah.
Skywalkers, but like, if you just had some random that's like, I'm a Skywalker, it's like, dude, come on, you're not a Skywalker.
I miss you, Your Force.
Yeah. What's
I
the
need-
count?
I
What's
need-
your M clown at?
I need some Jace.
Yeah. Jace, dude. Do you know who Jace is?
Kylo's brother.
Oh,
He goes evil.
is that like
He's
an
kinda like-
animated series?
He's like the latest Sith. He's
it-
Yeah, he's
Darth
animated?
Cadus.
They haven't done anything on him
He's
yet.
He's in a lot of books.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
in books.
He's
okay.
he's in the
Yeah.
books, and he's Han and Leia's son as
Second
well.
son, yeah.
And he starts as a Jedi.
Does he go
and
through
falls.
the training like his brother?
He falls.
What's interesting though is I thought Ben was
You
the
know-
one that brought down the whole shit, like the training.
He might
thing.
have been a part of the Knights of Ren, honestly.
Possibly.
Yeah.
And they just didn't explain
He
anything.
could've
Thanks,
been there
Ryan
with him.
Johnson,
But
for
like,
not
again,
explaining
they
anything.
didn't say anything like Kylo has a brother or like Han and Leia have another
Yeah,
kid.
we didn't
know Yeah.
that.
We heard nothing, and I mean,
Well,
that's
even
a-
the what's his face? I guess Yoda. He says in episode 4 or 5, he's like, "There is another," but they could have done that again. When they find out
Oh,
that
yeah,
Luke
yeah,
might be
yeah.
falling to the dark side, he's like, "There's another." But
Oh yeah.
that's a bummer.
Big bummer.
they dropped the ball so hard on those.
Oh yeah,
dude.
they appease to the 10-year-olds. That's what those movies were, dude. It was just like
What
it
did-
felt like a ride.
What did Michael Jackson say? Or
what?
Jordan?
Michael
Yeah.
Jackson.
What did, I'm sorry.
To
What
the
did,
10-year-olds?
what did Michael Jordan say?
He said, "You want to go to Neverland?"
You can't
When the
prove
big
that.
hand touches the
cannot.
small hand, it's time to go to bed.
No, but Michael Jordan, not Michael Jackson.
What did Michael Jordan say to the
them
10-year-old?
Fuck them kids. Dude, cater to us.
I
We're
don't
the
know what's
ones who
better,
got,
Michael
like-
Yeah,
Jordan.
we're the ones that can afford the movie tickets.
We're the ones who
Yep.
made it cool.
That's true, but they're supposed to be family oriented too.
That's
you
true.
take your kids,
I guess
you
they're all
build a
Disney now,
legacy.
yeah.
with
Bro,
it.
make it PG-13. I'm still taking my 10-year-old, my 7-year-old to that.
Wasn't
It's Star
number
Wars.
3
What's
was 13.
PG-13?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's really not. They can swear once. I think is like PG.
You can say the F word once.
I think
you
it
can
was for
still
the
say
violence, wasn't
other
it?
stuff as many times as you want.
What's weird? Wait, was 2 was PG? 1 and 2 were PG. Correct.
Do you know how many people died in 2?
I know that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People were getting their heads completely chopped off in 2, but 3 was too violent.
It was pretty dark. I mean, Anakin got burnt.
Well, I guess it was
got
like the killing
burned,
of the
but, like-
kids.
Oh,
The
that's what it
younglings.
was.
I think
Yeah,
it might
the
have been the
younglings.
younglings.
After this,
Frig
remind me
them
to show you a
kids.
video of my little brother-in-law. He sent me one. This guy added in Anakin's lightsaber noises. I won't tell you yet. You will just see
Yeah,
afterwards, but
I'll
it's
have to watch.
hilarious. What color of saber do you think I'd be?
Pink.
I'm
You guys
innocent.
ready to battle?
I think
Let's
you'd be blue.
let's sword fight.
I think
yeah, you'd be a blue for sure.
I think you'd be a blue.
You'd be all practicing the trade.
Yeah.
You're
I'd
in your
slice you in
room,
half, bro.
slicing your like lamp on accident.
Jordan.
Like that.
Dang it.
Is it blue or green?
I would say green actually.
Yeah.
like Jordan. I think Jordan.
rather
I
use
feel like
my
you'd be
hands.
the samurai we watched yesterday.
the red with.
Yeah, just collecting.
You'd just be an
kyber.
assassinator
he's
of
a
Siths.
Sith that
Turn
He's
good.
not a
that turned.
Oh yeah.
I mean
yeah.
he
He
fell.
is.
yeah.
He fell, but he.
If you bleed
I
a
guess-
crystal, you fell.
yeah.
I'd be like Ravan. Well, he was brainwashed actually into being good, but
Yeah.
I think I'd probably be a Sith.
Well,
that
no,
turned
there's
good.
a scene with him and Malik where he completely disagrees with where he's going, and that's how Malik loses his jaw. So there's a moment of decision
Possibly
there.
like a Dooku, where it's like I completely understand how
Yeah.
bad everything is, but I'm not bad, but I'm not good.
So you'd be a yellow.
I
guess,
would
yeah.
definitely be General Grievous. Open up.
This would be a fine collection.
Just collecting swords over here.
You're shorter than I imagined.
Also, I love that the Sith have like way cooler like lightsaber variations.
Do you know why?
Yeah.
No.
Do you know
Why?
why? Because
They've been looking how to beat the Jedi the whole time?
no, so Jedi's their weapon is for peace. It's not to gallivant or to
I
be
guess, yeah,
to show
okay.
off. The Sith, on the other hand,
Power.
it's power. It's what do you
scare.
have? So
scare?
Palpatine's lightsaber is actually made from the rarest metals in the galaxy.
Beskar?
Beskar?
One, could be.
One of them. Maybe.
They don't
They
don't
say.
specify, but that's the thing. So like Jedis, you'll see that they look pretty weak, or they're not like the prettiest looking things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Obi-Wan's is by far the best, but
Have you seen Anakin?
yeah. But like Palpatine's is like chromed out. It's got gold and chrome
Yeah.
and like it's beautiful. And so their point is that I'm showing off.
Oh,
Like
okay.
this is
I can see
it's
that.
this isn't just a weapon.
Because like the
I'm
samurai
better
one
than
we
you.
saw was like wild. That was the wildest one I think I've seen.
Her
It was like a
umbrella?
umbrella.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That
Even
was-
season 2 of Mando. Or wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking the right one. The chick with the spinning. Or am I thinking of Boba?
Obi-Wan.
Boba.
No, you're thinking Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
The Inquisitors.
Yeah, Inquisitors.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have some sick.
Yeah, they can freaking
sabers.
fly with those.
Yeah, they can fly
Oh,
with them.
what?
Just like literally,
Yeah.
just like the episode we watched. Like that.
Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
whoa, whoa, yeah.
Sick.
I'm gonna
I
have
feel
to-
like General Grievous could have did that too if he wanted. Or
Yeah,
he
with his
does
little
do that.
wrist.
He does do that in like Battlefront, the game and stuff.
Yeah, you
Oh.
can float around with him.
just flying through people.
Oh yeah, General Grievous is badass.
He is badass.
Okay, the one that reminds
What do you
me
think
of is
the-
General Krell.
What do you think the most expensive
dope.
light that can run for in Hollywood? Do you think like 40 grand?
A what?
More? Most
you seen
expensive light
the-
panels. Well, because I guess they make panels about the size of this room that suspend, and then you
Think
can do
about
like a whole
the-
set.
LED background for George's garage.
Guess that's considered a whole literally light.
It's RGB.
Yeah.
It's one
That's
big light.
insane.
It's probably like 150 yards long.
Little computer coding with your camera, and you got a whole changing backgrounds. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I'd
But
say like 30-40K.
I
Well,
For
no,
one
I think
light.
I think
Oh.
the stage itself is like
couple mil.
yeah, a couple
no
mil.
question.
It's huge.
No question.
It took
yeah.
time to build and a bunch of hands.
Like the psych one, like the psych wall.
The
Yeah.
LED, yeah.
Yeah.
the
That-
projector psych wall, or it's not a projector.
it's LED.
It's
LED.
Yeah.
yeah.
makes
It's tight
zero s-
grouped LED,
Yeah, yeah.
which is, dude.
I mean, they make those curved TVs now, and
Yeah.
like they make bendable, almost looking TVs now too. Like they're
Yeah.
figuring it out. So I think
Dude.
it's just like the early technology.
I saw a video the other day, and this guy was like, no screen peeking. And he hit this button, and his screen auto curved.
Weird.
Can you imagine
Super
if that
weird.
like we had that when we were like younger gaming?
Yeah, when we were actually playing next to each other.
Yeah, we don't do that too much.
I
Yeah.
remember hearing a
It's
rumor
weird.
like when we were younger, before we kind of figured out more of the phones, but they were saying like, oh yeah, in the future we're gonna have electronic newspapers where it's gonna be as flat as the newspaper, but it's a screen, and you just hold it up.
It's like a
and then-
Kindle.
And it
Yeah.
scrolls.
Yeah, and like you just like it all changes for you and stuff.
Do you mean my iPhone?
Yeah, which is pretty much our iPhone now, but they were thinking it's gonna be like a newspaper size because everyone got their news in newspapers. If you walked
Yeah.
around back
Yeah.
in the day, like that would have been nuts to see just everyone.
Just scrolling, though.
Yeah, yeah, with their eyes. It's probably good for you back then, though.
I'm trying to think of movie things. You know what popped in my head for lighting wise that I thought was super cool? You know in The Dark Knight Rises when he's in the tunnels?
Yeah.
You know the strobe effect? Where
Like
he's
when they're
like
fighting?
one scene and then like the strobe flashes and then he's closer and then
Yeah.
strobe flashes
Oh,
and then he's
yeah,
That's
closer.
yeah, okay.
That scene is dope.
I love strobe stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like it enhanced his he's not a superhero, but it
it's like-
enhanced
it's-
his
it-
like agility
It
with just a
dramatizes
lighting.
everything,
Yeah.
I think
No, that's that's really cool.
you can do that with a projector too. I never even
projector?
thought about that. Is like you can film things. So like you just pretty much. So let's say we made a graphic and we make it black, and then we put a white bar. So we take a shape and all we do is send it across the screen like this. Now we put our subject in front of that projector right there with how fast or however fast we wanted it to go. Now you got a white line that's shooting across your subject with a black background.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I
so-
see. Yeah.
It transfers over to like music video stuff. If you want to do something like creative, artsy, that's use a projector and throw some stuff in front of it.
That's
interesting.
Yeah.
cool.
I always forget
But I
that
know,
we
like
can
scary
use that.
movies have done that same thing, like with The Dark Knight, to like
The
like,
strobing.
Yeah,
Also,
Oh,
how
yeah,
can
yeah.
those guys see? I mean, Batman, I get it. He's got like the sonar goggles and whatnot. But like, if I was
Bane was born in the darkness.
It's just dark.
molded by it, I did not see light till I was merely a man. That time it was blinding.
I can't believe that was Tom Hardy. Like, earth-breaking to me when I first saw it. I was like,
Dude.
this is not Tom Hardy.
You know,
it
he's-
looks like him, but...
He's my size, and for that movie, he weighed 210.
oh, my
What?
goodness, dude. How many
210.
chicken
was
breasts
pretty
did he have to
stacked,
eat a
dude.
day?
He was huge.
Dude, that's pretty. Yeah, he was stacked.
His traps alone, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
Well, he
ear.
had boulder shoulders, dude.
Do you
Yeah.
guys think that he's natural? You think
No.
that they
No.
literally they
No.
don't talk about enhancing drugs like in Hollywood, but like
Oh, it's
I
starting
feel
to
like
come
it
out
has
quite a
to.
bit.
Like, there's no way
Well-
that your body can change that much on a natural
Was it
diet.
Drake? Drake got like abs. or
Ab
whatever.
implants, yeah. What a
So, I mean, like,
champagne poppy.
certified lover
Why
boy.
would
Yeah.
you do that? Just don't be a like.
'Cause you're
I
worth
feel like it'd be way
500
more
million and
satisfying
lazy.
to be
I
like,
mean,
I
it's-
worked
it's
this
that
and got this
instant
myself.
And that, I mean, that's what I think. Like, I
That's
would
coming
rather
from someone that works for their money.
Yeah.
fall in love with the journey of working out.
Yeah.
Have you
That's what
guys
they tell
heard
you.
the new AI Drake song? It's literally
better than any
it's
Drake
better
song
than
I've ever heard.
Drake, and it has like
I heard that like someone made like a song by Drake and someone
Something.
else,
it's
right?
literally Drake singing a song that's
Metro
written 10
Boomin.
times better
Was
than
it?
Yeah.
Drake's
That's-
ever written something. But it's like all current stuff that's in Hollywood, and this AI wrote a
getting
Drake song that's
crazy.
stronger
Told
than a
the
Drake
story.
song. And it has 150,000 something views or play. It's doubled
a
probably
lot
by
of
now.
stuff has
But
come out since we did our AI episode. I think we like it's
might
The
have to
Post
go back
Malone
and
it's
song?
watch
pretty
it.
quick, but we need
Yeah.
to like revisit that.
Dude, the
almost.
Kanye
Might be
West
just-
"Hey There Delilah." I'll listen to that over the other.
Any
It
con-
sounded
I mean,
so good. No, I'm not.
There's a couple albums I do.
Careful
enjoy.
where you go there.
Have
We
you
don't want to
used
get our
the voice
podcast
isolation
canceled.
on
Yeah.
DaVinci?
What?
Have you used voice isolation on DaVinci?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dude, I just found that today.
I only like to do it at 10 because I feel like it does a little bit of robotic shit in the end. So
Okay,
I
that's
literally go
exactly-
to 8, 10, like
I was
tiny,
trying to
tiny.
look up how to fix that because
Yeah.
that's what I was running into. I was like, it doesn't sound full. It sounds robotic.
And a lot of it is your ear and your computer catching up in the AI. So once you export out, it'll sound a lot better. But
Good
what
to
I'll
know.
do is
Nathan's gonna be ecstatic.
I bring it
I
down to
hope.
10. I just bring it down to 10, and it's like light. You know, they have compressors and all that stuff on there, which is like what an AI is doing in a sense.
Yeah.
but
It's
just
keeping everything
Yeah,
in range.
I that was like the first thing I noticed. I was like, this sounds robotic.
yeah, I don't like it.
It's tinny.
It's
too
nice
much.
because it took off all the ambient noise, but it was
You just
like
bring that baby down to 10, and then you kind of bring in your frequencies and you take out the ones you don't want.
That's what we were doing. We EQ'd the shit out of that thing.
oh yeah, and I just put like
Cute
a
baby.
limiter to like
Oh yeah, to keep it underneath the limit of dB that you want it at.
yeah.
Jose learned a lot today.
I need to learn Fairlight, dude.
Sound
I feel
is like
I
a
feel
whole
like you
nother
would know
beast.
a lot more about that.
I know somewhat about sound. Like I don't know the typical. So like if you do a movie, it has to all be underneath the special dB of.
-6 to
Negative
-18.
6 to
10.
negative 12, right? Or 18?
18's the.
Okay.
I go
lows.
through and I just make sure that shit isn't turning red. So
I mean,
I
that's
just
kinda what
as
I was
soon as I see
doing.
it, I
When it
kind
was
of
hitting like -7, it was
Yeah.
kind of like hitting a
was
red. So I was
peaking.
just trying to like
Yeah.
be like right
Well,
right
that
around
comes down
10.
to what levels we recorded at as well.
And I think the best thing to do is like get through your video, get all your edits, get colored. Then once it's all kind of dialed in, then go into your audio because you got to walk into it with a separate mind.
You're also going to
Like,
waste so much time.
You're doing both.
Yeah. Well, and if you do
Nathan
your
needs to
sound.
understand
Yeah.
Yeah. You waste so much time though, like with color and audio. If you do that on like your second revision,
Oh yeah.
what a waste of time. Like,
Yeah.
and we had to learn that the hard way
Yeah.
for sure. But like, we wait for audio and color as like very last two revisions.
I think one thing I do now that I've learned a little more is like I'll get the volume just like right when it's like the full clip. I'll just like kind of get it like near so that
Yeah.
when I clip it, I don't have to go like individually.
Oh yeah.
you can copy
raise the-
paste as well.
Well, yeah, but if you just do it once at the beginning, you don't have to do
It's
it.
true.
It saves you time later on.
Some of the stuff we're editing too is like 35 minutes long, and conditions can change in that time. Like,
No, yeah, I noticed with John Lloyd, he either gets like louder or softer as like the shoot goes on.
or wherever we're at, or like some of the interviews are like 30 minutes long, and 15 minutes in, there's wind or rain or
yeah.
whatever.
I mean, that ties in with like light as well as when
Yeah.
you're shooting outside. If you have a certain amount of time to do
Yeah.
your thing, otherwise the light's
That's
going to
run
change.
and
You have
gun.
to adjust.
That is pure run and
when
gun.
you're outside. I mean, like if we had more of a budget, yeah, we could set up a gazebo with wind reflectors, with lighting, and everything ran off a generator on set.
Bounce, diffuser,
And it would be the most beautiful thing in the world. But
It cost us
not
$10,000 out of
yeah,
our own pocket.
exactly. So it's like we're spending 2 hours before the shoot to capture something for 5 minutes. It doesn't make sense, but
Yeah.
That's where big budget
do know the
comes in.
knowledge
Not
to
at our
do
level
that.
yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet, but
We'll
the
be there.
consistency is like we know how to keep like, oh, it's gonna be sunny and cloudy. We can cover up this subject and do
Yeah.
it blah 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 all our way. But for the most part, I feel like they're watching weather. Like
Yeah.
you watch weather on film sets. Like
Yeah,
like
that's true.
You're on the job. Like hey,
Sometimes.
everyone be ready. If it's this weather today, we're gonna go do this.
I
Yeah.
feel like I should be more aware of that. I mean, I haven't really been shooting outside. It's been all
You haven't
outside
yet.
for me.
Yeah. Summertime,
So
baby.
far.
Summer's
But
right
yeah,
around the corner.
summer-
Now you don't even have to worry.
Summer,
Even if it's a sprinkle,
baby.
like you're okay. But
Yeah. But clouds still happen in Seattle.
That's,
clouds are the most annoying thing when you have a long shot.
Dude, they're annoying when they're
Well, it
like,
just, like,
Swiss
comes in
cheese
and
up
Yeah,
there.
so it's just because if you're not running your camera, so you just say you're one guy at a shoot, you're filming everything else, and you put your tripod up and you just press record and you walk away. When you're coming around, you're literally just making sure that
It's still recording.
it's still recording.
I hear you. That's a-
Sometimes I'll touch exposure, but for the most part, I'll be like, no, because I can just do this in post, unless it gets drastically,
yeah.
drastically
Like, blown
way
out.
too much or something. But
like that wedding venue.
like the wedding venue, or like I did a wedding last year where like you just have to keyframe it, all the lights in. So like you're bringing exposure down 2 stops, bringing it up 2 stops,
Yeah.
bringing it down, and you just go through it.
I
and
don't
do
even
it.
want to talk about keyframing right now.
No.
yeah, you specifically the last week and a
I was
half.
actually gonna do some stats and see if I could figure it out. Per nest, I have 40 nest layers, by the way, in 2 minutes for this video.
A nest is something. It's
It's a compounded clip.
compounded clip that
Take
makes
2
it runs a
layers,
little bit easier on the
combine them.
computer.
And combining them, and then you can do stuff to both at the same time. Anyways, for a 2-minute clip, I have 40 nests. I would say over 10,000 keyframes. That's not an exaggeration.
No, that's
God.
insane. Because I think like the most I've done is like 10 nests, and
Dude.
that's just like very like
On a
your
40-minute
background
project.
to some.
You've
yeah.
done that on a 40-minute
Yeah, and
project.
that's 2-minute video.
40
That's-
nests.
yeah.
I just exported right before this episode, so it's
I've done some music videos that are up there with those keyframes, dude. That's like
you
just
have
like-
to. It's crazy.
ridiculous.
Like I've talked to some editors and like different artists, and like I hate nesting, and I'm like, so you build everything separately. Like they'll do each singular layer,
sequence. Yeah, like
and it's like, dude, you're wasting so much time. Like if you just think for a little bit and combine things together, you can do like some stuff you don't have to do separately. Like you can just do it to where it does it to both. Like just nest. You don't have to do it twice. You don't have to. I don't know. Some people don't believe in
I've
them.
heard with some movies and projects, like let's say there's multiple editors, blah blah blah. What they'll do is they'll be like, okay, you get this scene from here to here. What they do is they'll just take that whole sequence and so everyone has separate sequence, or
Yeah.
you even break down your movie into sequences. So you have 8
Per
sequences
room or scene.
Yeah, per room per scene, and then literally you're only doing that spot. And then when that spot gets finalized and it's fully finalized, then it gets sent off to coloring, I want to say. But
I'm sure that it gets sent multiple.
the editor
directions, so
finalizes
that's,
this scene, this editor, or you just step onto, okay, this is this scene, but you can't get too obsessed with the whole movie or the whole project if you can really dial in
What's like a
this.
conveyor belt
You
where it's
dial in
like-
this.
Yeah.
Dial in.
Yeah, just
but
you do this.
You get
pass it
so
on.
lost
You do
with
this,
50
pass it
minutes,
on.
an hour of filming
Dude.
and footage, an hour of any project is just like you're getting lost in there, dude.
Oh.
You're just getting sucked in sideways.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't do that, you're probably getting lost if you don't streamline.
Oh, yeah.
and make it.
Or if you don't
My
color
timeline looks
color
like
your
a-
stuff.
yeah, color coding.
label,
Oh my
labeling.
That's a
gosh.
huge
biggest
thing.
things.
Actually,
I showed you
color
that
coding,
right off
yeah,
the bat.
Right
I'm
off,
like-
and I learned because I didn't do it, and then I was like, I don't know what this.
I was
is.
screaming about 10 minutes ago. I couldn't find my
So
freaking
that's
raindrop.
the thing about the nodes. You do every node. So you have a saturation, you have a primaries, you have a white
And
balance.
I need to get better
you have
about
that.
nodes in DaVinci too, because like I'll
just
do
label
everything in like
every
1 or
single
2, and then I'm like,
you're like,
oh,
Because then you don't know where anything is.
exactly. And
And
then
all
I'm like,
stuff.
I don't. Yeah, no, I need to get better nodes specifically in DaVinci.
So it's literally We'll talk about it later, but it's just a treat, and it's something that we'll do every single time.
Yeah, we
for
gotta
color.
download that. I have a side note. I'm gonna throw us way off track here. Do you guys know how Indiana Jones is announced in every
Indianapolis?
movie? Indiana Jones. How's the first time you see him every single time?
Does he have a
In the
weapon?
beginning of
he's
the
in
movie.
an adventure. Like
No,
with,
no, 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 no.
Or
He
What do
sits
you
up.
mean?
When they first announce him in the movie.
He sits up.
No. And the first time you see him in a movie,
Does he turn
do
around
we
and look
see
at the
him?
camera?
no.
I'm guessing no.
I've watched.
It has to do with lighting. It has to do with lighting.
Silhouette.
Spotlit.
It not a silhouette.
Is it literally just a nice pin light or something?
No. No.
A down light? His hat is down.
Nope. It's a shadow. So they'll shoot the wall,
that
and
was
he
right.
Okay, I was like, what are you talking?
It's a
And he
reveal.
will-
A reveal.
yeah, and he
it's a
walks
reveal, yeah.
into the light, not the camera frame, the light.
That's
and
that's
then
the
his
oldest, coolest thing now that you can
and
think
his
about that.
hat, his body, everything is on the wall, and we're like, that's Indiana Jones.
Think
I
about
know
a,
it.
Think about a 1940s black and white
Yeah.
investigator
Noir.
or like a
noir, yeah.
a noir film. They always do that
Always
shot
do
where
this,
there's
yeah,
literally
the
the guy with the
shadow,
brimmed
yeah.
hat.
Yep.
Comes into the shot and you see him. You see a silhouette or he's blurred out on the other side of a
Listen,
mirror. or
baby.
something. Yeah. What is the? I'll pump 2 in the 10 of ya. From Home
I'm
Alone.
gonna give you to the count of 10.
to get you no good.
Dirty, rotten, yellow belly keister out of my property.
One of the best.
Before I
movies,
pump your
dude.
guts full of lead.
Yeah.
1,
1,
2,
2, 10.
10.
Yeah. Dude, when I was
That
growing
movie.
up, I always thought he said pump your guts to the left.
I thought that's what it was till
Is
this
that
day.
a sexual reference?
No,
Oh my.
Damn, Jose.
what are you doing?
Get your head out of the gutter.
No, but I literally thought they were saying pump your guts to the left, and I was like, I guess they're going
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
That
Depends on
movie,
which
they
direction.
waited.
No, no.
They waited like a month for it to snow in Chicago. Like it was like just not snowing, so
just for
everyone
that outside shot.
everyone was on hold the whole time, and so they're just chilling out in the area because they needed the one shot of the outside house. And it
Can you
just
imagine if
wasn't
they had George's
snowing.
garage?
And it just
build
snowed.
the driveway and
Yep.
then put the house there, and then it's perfectly
That's-
lit.
It's crazy. It's literally the house is only the outside scenes. That's it. There's nothing filmed inside the house. It's all in a school.
Nobody knows what that house looks like.
And
It's in a school.
yeah.
So these directors, they got picked up by a company. Then they got
That's
got
wild.
dropped. The
Go watch
movie
movies
the
that
movie
made
got
us.
dropped, dude. This is one of the most coolest things. These
on
directors
Netflix?
were like, we have enough budget to buy a school.
Rent a school. Rent a
Oh,
school.
rent a school.
Rent a school.
Well, it wasn't in commission,
Yeah,
so
it
it had
wasn't
to be
being
years.
used, but they still had to.
but they had to rebuild a whole set in like a pool and gymnasium. So they built a house
Built a house in the gym.
in the gym. And that's the
That's
set
insane.
we see.
Yeah.
So they're shooting lights up, all this stuff outside of.
Well, they had full
inside.
control at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Like that'd be the way to do it because
They
then you're
saved
not.
Build
so
the
much
side
money by
inside.
not working in Hollywood in a studio because that was too expensive. So they did it in a school on a completely different state.
Well, it's like you just rent
Yeah.
a school for the summer, or like
I think it was a
Do you-
couple.
Well, they probably
years.
still
It was
have,
a couple
like,
years of filming. I thought.
Yeah, you got to go watch it. It's
an
movie
old-
movies that made
you
us.
said?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
on Netflix.
okay.
Goes in deep.
Oh man, it's
Really
crazy
cool.
though. Like, and the movie wasn't popular when it first came out. Like, people were not about it.
Really?
Yeah, it kicked up.
It's
like,
such a
it's us,
classic,
dude.
though.
It's
Mhm.
us. Our generation
We're
made movies.
trendsetters.
Yeah, we made movies popular.
Oh yeah.
But
Home Alone 3.
love that movie, bro.
With the
I've watched
recast?
it like
No.
one or two. Yeah, It's not Kevin McAllister anymore. though.
No.
No,
Okay,
no,
it's
no.
like that's what like threw me off. I was like, is this supposed to be Kevin? I'm
No.
done. And I just
no,
didn't
it's not
really-
Kevin.
Okay, it's like I've watched the fourth one too, and it's like a completely different
I-
kid too.
The third one is where I stopped. I'm like, there's 6 now.
My brother was about the
What?
same
Yeah.
age about the first Home Alone or the second or third Home Alone, and he used to get mistaken all the time as the Home Alone kid. They would call him Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay
So
Culkin.
wait, get this. His 10th birthday, they rent a limo. During this time, Michael Jackson's like really cool and really famous. So it's his 10-year-old, or
Macaulay was
maybe his
good
7th
friends with
birthday.
Michael Jackson actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So get this.
Uh-oh.
They're yelling outside the limo room in Tacoma, Michael Jackson's in the limo! Michael Jackson's in the limo! And at the same time, all these allegations are coming out. My dad is screaming at the kids. He's like, no, 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 no,
Yeah,
no.
like,
no."
stop, 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 stop.
All
You
the
guys
kids
actually
think Michael
believe the
Jackson's cool.
allegations,
I
Because
don't
Innocent
want
till
to.
proven
they're not,
guilty,
they're
baby.
not real. Like it was.
I
Like the
have
parents
looked
came
in-
out and said that they lied about it.
I've
Yeah.
had looked into the little bit of the past. The guy that came out with that documentary, he was on Michael Jackson's dance team before he died. He got demoted from manager of the dance team. all the way. He got fired because he wasn't doing his
Lost
job.
his life.
And then that movie came out.
No,
And
like,
then he came out with all of that
There was a
stuff.
lot of documentaries and like there's been like people like looking into it like it's all fake. Like the parents came out and said that it was lies, basically just to slander Michael Jackson.
Because
That's
he's the
just
richest
rude.
man in the world too. I mean, one of.
I mean, he
like-
was a
well,
rich
he's-
black man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, whatever he wants to be.
Yeah.
Well,
Another
he had
segue.
the pigment
That's true.
thing.
I got another segue. Do you guys know how the warp speed was done in 2001 Space Odyssey?
Oh, I didn't know. Was that like similar though? Is it still the
I-
same
okay,
like
so
style of the Star Wars
when
warp
I
speed?
watched
Not
it, it
even
looks like
close.
it's two like things coming at the camera with just like lights, and
Mhm.
it looks like it probably just like loops around.
And it was filmed in the 60s?
yeah, 60,
So-
63.
Yeah, something around 63
Barely
to
had
I mean,
lights
66.
back
you,
then.
you showed me that
They
scene.
just invented
Lights
lights.
have only been around for 20
You
years
showed
by
me
this
that
point.
scene, and then it literally looks like it's two like bands of lights that are just on loop that are just changing colors.
So I don't know the exact science of how they did it, but Kubrick, crazy ass genius, he basically took a camera and had the shutter be slower. So he got
Oh,
light
yep.
drag,
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
but it's film. So the crank speed also had to be slower
Oh.
so that the light could be collected on the
That
film.
makes sense.
So what they were doing was they
It's funny,
had
I automatically wanted to say censor and correct you, but it is film.
it's film.
Yeah.
This is 60s, bro.
Yeah. It's like you mean the censor, but
They
it's
don't
the
have
films now,
sensors
yeah.
then.
Yeah.
They had celluloid.
It's weird.
But they would pull the lights around, and then they had guys on a conveyor belt that were just pulling the lights in different
And
directions.
that's what it looked like to me, like a conveyor belt, like a loop or something.
But they didn't have editing, so that was their first try. So what they did is they put a prism in front of it,
oh.
and then did the same
now
exact
I
technique.
see.
And so that's what gave it the
Interesting.
halation glow.
the halation.
Yep. And the long span lighting, because the lights are only this big, but they're long.
Oh,
So that's
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 really
crazy.
cool, dude.
I think that
Kubrick,
might
bro.
be our lighting to end it off. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Kubrick
literally the
was
best
a genius.
fact.
Yeah.
I mean, he inspired a lot of.
He inspired most of Hollywood.
I think we're gonna have to do an episode where we like watch to like Space Odyssey.
Oh, dude. I think we should just do an episode where it's like very director
Beginning
specific.
of graphics.
Yep,
magic
practical
and magic.
graphics.
An
That's
auteur
that's
episode, right?
magic.
Smoke
Yeah.
and mirrors.
Auteur
That'll
episode
be
or
like
just
a-
director.
I think we'll have to do an auteur episode.
Yeah.
I agree.
And an auteur is what, Nick? For those who don't know.
It is someone that you can tell who made it without knowing who made it.
Yep.
The
It's
easiest
their
version of that.
style.
Easiest version of that is Michael Bay.
Michael Bay. Explosions.
Helena and I, my wife, we were
Perfectly
watching
timed.
a trailer.
Perfectly timed explosions.
We were watching a trailer and I was like, "Oh, this looks really good." And then a plane exploded and I was like, "This is fucking Michael Bay. I'm out of here. This is Michael Bay. I'm done."
Give me reason.
Yeah.
Dude, I learned
am
that song last
Optimus
night. I
Prime.
learned Grape Divide.
Bro, Linkin Park popped off. Like, I mean, they were already huge. but
Calling
they popped
all
off again.
Autobots.
They came back again.
Optimus Prime, baby. Yes. Dude,
I
you got
am
that voice.
Optimus Prime.
Calling all Autobots.
That guy actually, the OG Optimus Prime, that's all the way to this day from the 80s, from when Optimus Prime came
Been
out.
the same guy.
Been the same guy. He goes into the
Yeah.
studio. His brother's like, don't get your hopes up about going to this job, blah, blah, blah. He goes in there and he's like, he does a voice.
Knocked it out of the park.
He does
is
a voice.
The best. He's like Liam
Oh, no.
Neeson's deeper
his
brother.
His brother said something about you're the hero of today, like you're your only hero, something along the Optimus Prime lines, and it resonated with him to the interview. He gets to it. He does it. They're like, try something else, and he thinks about what his brother said, and then that ends up being the voice. Like, it's
Dude.
just monumental, mind blown.
So he was the voice for the 80s cartoon, 90s cartoon, and then Michael Bay was like, "Yeah, we
The
need you."
90s was when I watched. It was
Yeah.
Transformers Armada.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the best.
He
That's-
wanted the character to
It's
be
good.
soft and honorable,
When the kids were
but
involved?
also
Yeah,
soft.
that's dope.
There was
He wanted
Yeah.
to be a hero, but not like a because all
Godly.
that time every hero at that time was like like crazy. And
Yeah,
shit, I think,
it was
but-
just he wanted like that godly vibe, which is he has. If I
Genuine.
were to imagine God's voice, it'd be pretty close to Optimus
It's
Prime.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah, it'd be pretty close.
my child.
That's so good, but
Well,
well, I'm feeling awesome.
that's episode 7.
Episode
Lighting.
7. lighting and Star Wars and
More Star Wars.
Yeah, we're
Optimus
always on
Prime.
Star Wars.
I would
Optimus
just
Prime.
say lighting.
I
and
mean,
movies.
Star Wars kind of
That's
has
what
like a
we're
little
bringing
bit of
back.
everything.
Yeah.
They got the music, they got the lighting, they got
The beginning of sci-fi stuff with Star Trek and Space Odyssey. Like
And Space
right?
Odyssey, yeah.
Those are the three.
Those are
Was
the
there-
guys.
Was there another? I thought.
No, Star Trek, Space Odyssey, and Star Wars were like the original.
Yeah,
Space-
Battlestar Galactica was
That-
like
that
the
was
last.
80s,
Battlestar.
Yeah, it was
90s, wasn't
80s
it?
or 90s,
Yeah.
but they were very similar.
Bears beat Battlestar Galactica.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
I guess that could be part of it too.
Yeah,
Label this episode Lights
Bears
and-
beats
Yeah.
lights
Lights
beats
Battlestar Galactica.
Lights beat
There it
Battlestar
is.
Galactica and Star Wars.
It's perfect.
Perfect.
All right, everyone, thank you for coming back with us. We will be back in 2 weeks.
Stay weird.
Audio.
See ya.
We're the artistic. Damn, that's weird. We're back with Nick, Jay, and Jose.
It's weirdly artistic. We're talking art.
We're talking weird and everything under the sun. We're the artistic. Damn, that's weird. We're the artistic.